Okay, so the other day I made this apple pie and it was pretty cool. It was the first one I ever did. And then I learned that to get the benefits of sourdough, you're supposed to leave it out for 12 hours. I didn't do that. If you know anything about sourdough, you know that's really important. I'm obviously still learning. So we're gonna try this again. Happy heart, happy face. Hopefully it goes a lot better this time. All right, first we're gonna grab a crap ton of butter, some flour, sourdough discard, and then you'll need some salt, sugar, and apple cider vinegar. Once you have all of that, you'll pour in your flour, your salt and sugar, apple cider vinegar, and then you'll actually want to cut up your butter into small little pieces like this. Then you'll crush it with a fork, and then you'll actually want to start using your hands and turn it into really big crumbs. And once it looks like this, you can add your sourdough discard. Then you can mix that all together. Eventually you will want to use your hands just because it's easier that way, although I recommend getting your hands wet. That way you can avoid it sticking to your hands like you just saw in the video. And once the texture looks like this and it's easy to form, you'll form it into a disc shape. Then you can grab your plastic wrap or a Ziploc bag and squeeze it on in there. When things get tough, we use our country accent. I'm not even from the South, can you tell? Okay, so I'm gonna leave this out for 12 hours. Actually, a little bit more than 12 hours because it'd be 3 in the morning if I left it out. Man, I'm tired. Oh, there's a bird. My gosh, so distracted. Anyways, so I'm gonna leave this out for 12 hours, a little bit more than, and then I'm gonna put it in the fridge for at least 2 hours until I bake with it. However, you can leave it in the fridge for 2 hours to 4 days. So I actually have a day off in 2 more days. So then I'm gonna make the pie on a Saturday and it's gonna be wonderful. Anyways, we'll see you then. Now we're gonna make some apple pie filling. You'll need some apples, sugar, salt, lemon juice, cinnamon, nutmeg, and butter. You also need flour, but not till later. Go ahead and undress your apples. Now, depending how big your apples are, you can use about 4 to 6. I think the more you use, the better it tastes. Now, in my last video, I cut them up into like little dices, but this time I decided to do things a little differently, and it actually turned out so much better if you cut them up this way. Then you can plop them on into your Instapot or your crock pot, whatever you use. And then you can add all your ingredients. Doesn't matter which order you add it in, you just throw them all in there. Now you will use flour for this recipe as well, but you're not going to add that till after the apples are done cooking. Mix that all together and then put your crock pot on slow cook for about 2 hours. All right. I sounded like an alien just then. The apples are done. This smells weird. But this came out of the fridge at least 10 minutes ago. So I'm gonna roll it out. We're gonna check on our apples and see how they did. Yeah, that looks great. Now this part's kind of tricky, so I always just start off with 1/3 cup of flour. You just want to get the right consistency, whatever works best for you. Then coat your counter with some flour, and then you'll coat your dough with some flour. Then you can start rolling it out. This actually took a long time. I meant to cut the dough in half because some of it is for the bottom of the pie and then the other part is for the top. and it's easier if you just cut it in half from the beginning, but rookie mistake. However, I am a rookie, so. Then you'll just stab your pie and you can bake it at 400 degrees for 15 minutes, and then you can get started on the top part of your pie. Now, the top of the pie is my favorite part to do, but we'll get back to that. First, you want to pull out that first part of the pie and then add your apple pie filling. Then you can get really creative and do the top part of your pie. Now, I will warn you, if you're a beginner like me and you start looking up pictures on how to do the top of an apple pie, you may get discouraged, but just take off the pressure, have fun, get creative, make mistakes, make a mess, enjoy the journey. It's just a pie, it's gonna get eaten anyways. This obviously didn't turn out the way I wanted it to, but it still tasted great. I did it. I wish I could be more artsy, but I'm not there yet. But, you know, for my second pie, it's not that bad. Gotta give yourself grace, you know? I forgot what I was gonna say. And there you have it. There is my apple pie. I can't wait to look back on this a year from now and see how much better I've gotten. But right now, we're just having fun and we're learning. But stick with me next week as I attempt to make my very own homemade sourdough Pop-Tarts. These turned out great and can't wait to show you.